Alright guys, I'm back from the Mountain Dew Outpost. You know what that means. Back to my regular camo hats. Today, I decided that I've waited the allotted time until the Outpost is closed so I didn't spoil anything for anyone. But I wanted to discuss and kind of give a little ranking of the 6 trial flavors they let me try out there. But before we do that, I want to show you guys my Mountain Dew Outpost bottle that I won in my scavenger hunt. That's right, if you notice here, look. No label. It's a little printed on top of it. One of 750. No, you're not getting it. So, when the experience began, as you saw from the thumbnail, they had 6 little flavors that you could all try and see how you thought about it. And then they asked you to fill out a little survey of how they were. And they requested that I do not disclose this information until after everyone got it tried and post it. So that way they can just keep it quiet and I just didn't spoil it for everyone. Because we all know that I'm going to spoil it for the entire world. Let's be honest here. So the first flavor that you got to try was the Elderberry. It's like a darker berry flavor. I got to say though, I was surprised. I was thinking, okay, there have been some other berry flavors in the past. We've had like a raspberry, blackberry, elderberry. That's a little bit different, but overall it was really good. It was quite refreshing. It was different enough from every other flavor I've had where I'm not like, oh, this is basically pitch black, or oh, this is basically just a voltage tweaked here and there. It was its own entirely separate flavor, and it was potent but not overly strong. It wasn't overly sweet. It wasn't overly tart. I think it really hit the mark. The next one was the Summer Pop. It was the red one. The best way to describe this is the entire message was you take one of those bomb pop popsicles you had and you just melt it down, turn it into a dew. This one I wasn't as keen about because realistically, for the bomb pop, the main flavor, just the cherry, was the stronger one that came out. There were the secondary flavors were there, but this one just seemed like a muted cherry with the cherry just being the primary focus the entire time. So overall, not as good. Next one, the apple cinnamon. I know some people might be thinking, oh, okay, that could be a little bit sweet. It was on the sweeter side. If I have to be completely honest with you guys, probably the best comparison to it, I instantly said it was like similar to Crown Apple. So if you like Crown Apple and you're over 21 or whatever your age of alcohol for your country is, if you like Crown Apple, you'll probably like the apple cinnamon. If you think it's too sweet, then you would also think that this one is a little too sweet as well. However, a little less sweet in the comparison. The next one, the s'mores. We're just on the sweetness train right now, aren't we? This one wasn't actually really sweet. It was actually more of a savory one. This is the first time I can ever say when I drank something, it tasted like I was drinking a graham cracker. With a little bit of the, not chunkiness, but when you drank it, it felt like there was some of that crisp actual cracker that you're drinking, even though there was no cracker, it was 100% liquid. But it just tasted like a graham cracker with a marshmallowy flavor as well. For the s'mores, I gotta say, I got no chocolate flavor at all. So, if they were trying to have the true s'mores feeling, it just tasted like a marshmallowy graham cracker. But it was pretty good graham cracker and pretty good marshmallow. I mean, I'm a fan of marshmallows, but I don't eat a lot of them, but it was good. Now to the down part, the huckleberry. Some people thinking, oh, the huckleberry, that's going to be nice. No. It just straight up tasted like berry Motrin. No. Cough syrup is not the move. I'm not drinking cough syrup. And I gotta be honest, you can't hit all of them out of the park. And I don't think it was just me, because I think I had my tasting session, there was 2 other people in it, and they also seemed to be displeased with it, but from their reactions, sitting next to them, I was going, I tried to have these ones, I did the good old sniff test, pretend I was one of them sommeliers or Somalians or whatever it is, the wine sniffer people. I pretended to be one of those guys, give it a little snifferoo. Smelled like cough syrup, tasted like cough syrup. Probably not going to get it if it comes out. And the last one, the one that was getting everyone's attention, the pickle. Now, I'm going to start and say this. I'm not a huge fan of pickles to begin with. However, I've drinking my fair share of pickle juice. So, I was thinking, okay, is this going to taste more like a pickle, or because it's liquid, it'll be more pickle juice? I'd say it was closer to a pickle juice. However, there was no hint of vinegar like I was really expecting. Like sometimes you have things just pickled, especially like some of the pickling juices lying around, just takes you back if you're doing it yourself. That didn't happen. It was kind of like I don't want to say it was a true sweet pickle because it wasn't a sweet pickle. It was just like an average pickle and a little bit muted, less vinegary flavor of the pickle juice. I think it worked. Overall, in my opinion, the elderberry was the absolute best. They started off with the best first, trying to butter us all up. The huckleberry was the absolute worst. And then the other four, they were interchangeable realistically. Some were better than others, but there were no true secondary stinkers. There was one absolute hit it out of the park. I would buy a 24-pack tomorrow. I know it's more of a golf swing than a baseball swing, but I'm on camera, so my angles wouldn't really work as well for that without getting up. But the other four, I'd try them realistically, and I don't know if I would get a ton of them without any changes, but I don't know. Maybe the apple cinnamon or the s'mores were good. The pickle, I'd definitely try it if it came out in bottle. The summer pop, being it was a little overly cherry, I would probably push that one down a tiny bit in my list, realistically, but it wasn't bad. And if you like that kind of cherry flavor, it's good. That's just not my preferred flavor. All right, this has been Dollar or Less Food, and I hope you enjoyed my free review of the 6 experimental trial flavors from the Mountain Dew Outpost. I will see you next time.